Hey guys, so welcome back. We're just going over our questions like we said, but I wanted to spiff it up a little. Only because he doesn't want to read it all. Okay? So, what we're gonna do is, if he'll go with it, is he's gonna read mine and I'm gonna read his. So, you can give me your notebook. Is that better for you with something new and different?
Sure.
Okay. He's like, I'm not arguing with you on camera.
Where is the questions? Because we should read that first.
Alright.
You're
Okay.
going first.
You're going, oh, we want to go back and forth?
Yeah, but I'm going to go first.
Okay. Why? Okay, so what influenced you to pursue fostering and or adopting at this time?
I want to help children who may be in unfortunate circumstances, and this is something I've always wanted to do, and when unsure if you can have children.
Alright, sorry, my handwriting might be a little
That's
sloppy.
okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. Mine too. I wrote in cursive. Good luck.
Alright, so what influenced you to pursue fostering and or adopting? Remember, he's reading mine, I'm reading his. So he said, oh. Mind you, we haven't looked at each other's yet. So, my fiance Angelica was diagnosed with PCOS and may not be able to conceive children. Well, that's cute. That's cute, babe. Okay, number 2. I don't even remember some of the things I wrote. So, number 2, what does foster care mean to you?
Foster care means you work with providers and parents so they can gain their children back.
So what does foster care mean to you? Taking care of children in need of a good home for however long it may be.
2A.
What is your understanding of parents with children in foster care?
My understanding of parents with foster care is they're working
on oneself.
On oneself for them to have their child back.
Sorry, guys. Alright, so 2A. Parents of foster children are working to get back with their children. So we're pretty spot on with these. Alright, so number 3. What does adoption mean to you?
Adoption means to me that a person has legal custody of a child and full permission of what a child does?
Yes. I think that's what it says. What a child does. So, what does adoption mean to you? Adoption means to me that you will take care of a child or children and love and care for them as your own. Aww, he's so sweet.
3A.
What is your understanding of children in foster care awaiting adoption?
I think it means kids awaiting adoption means parents are working on themselves, and if it doesn't work out,
a route for the family is adoption.
Okay, gotcha.
What was that, 3A?
Yeah, 3A.
So what is your understanding of children in foster care awaiting adoption? Children in foster care awaiting adoption are just in need of a good home for a short while. What do you think are the major differences between fostering and adopting?
Fostering is sharing permission of a child, and adoption can give you full responsibility.
So the major difference between fostering and adoption is when adopting, you will care for the child the rest of their life. When fostering, you may not.
5.
Working through these a lot quicker than when we wrote them. To what extent were your family and other household members, including children, part of the decision to become a foster and or adopted family?
You wrote super supportive.
See, look at mine was good. I have one child already and would like more.
What? Did
Right?
I miss one?
No. That's what you wrote for revive.
5 was, why did you write super supportive then? What's question 5?
To what extent were your family?
Uh-oh, I messed up. I think I messed up.
So, you want to answer this question live right now?
No.
To
No. Next question. Moving on.
We're all super supportive of him. Don't let him fib. Alright. What type of supports do you think a child may need who is separated from their family?
This is 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
Do I have it right? Okay, yeah. Emotional support, financial support, and love.
All right. So we got emotional, financial, physical support. So 6A, describe how you would provide that support.
I would provide it by always having open ears with no judgment and financially helping give them basic needs and always being there for them.
Taking care of, provide for the day-to-day basis, and be there for them.
We're pretty close on that.
Yeah, we are. Number 7. We have great minds, you guys. Number 7. How will you work with this agency to help the child in foster care return to their family?
I will help by making
sure
child is
there
for visitations and do anything I can to help the agency.
So we got over here, communicate willingly and frequently, work together. So 7A, how will you work with this agency to help child transition to adoption if needed?
Communication. Communicate, talk to the agency regularly, find providers that can help with this too if it's...
Psychological. It's a big word.
I can pronounce psychological.
So, the next...
couldn't read it.
So the next one is, where are we on? Number 8?
8, yeah.
To what extent will you support arranging for the child to visit with the birth family, siblings, or grandparents, etc.?
Full extent. Anything I can do to help unite the child with their family.
Number 8 for him is to the full extent, meet the person in the middle. AA is to what extent would you participate with the child in visits with the child's family?
I will do everything I can. If I need to provide rides, that's fine. I'll make sure the child is where they should be at the right time.
And we got to the full extent. Number 9, what is your understanding of open adoption?
Open adoption means you have legal rights, but the child still has rights to
know and have
a relationship with their parents.
The parents still are involved in the child's life. Basically, he just says it in a sweeter way. Number 10, what are your concerns about adopting from foster care?
My concerns is they might already come with behavioral issues, and it's harder to retrain kids when they're already programmed.
Make them sound like robots, but I promise that's not what I meant. So, troubled, for what he said, is troubled kids or bad kids. So, behavioral things.
11.
Number 11, what is your comfort level with frequent visits or communication with agency workers?
Super comfortable, anything to help.
Completely fine. Number 12, how do you feel about sharing personal information about your life throughout the process?
I will share as much as needed as long as it's beneficial.
Completely fine.
Short and sweet.
13? Yeah, 13. What do you think will be the most positive and the most challenging impacts on you and your family for fostering?
Positive, helping families and children's challenge, building a bond with a child only for them to leave back to their family.
Now, number 13?
Yep.
The most positive thing would be having another child and providing a good life for them, and the most challenging thing would be not getting attached to a short-term child.
13A.
13A. What about for adopting?
Positive, helping and having a child that I can call mine. Challenge, knowing they're not and knowing they may have had a rough life.
And then first
Yes. Whoops. Must have thought. I don't know what I did there.
Next one. Alright, so we got, how would you support a child in foster care or a child awaiting adoption, maintaining connections, if not of the same religious, ethnic, racial, and or cultural background as your family?
This is 14, right?
Yes,
Do
14.
my research on specific connections and allow them to
Practice it regardless.
Okay.
Try to at least gather an understanding and make them comfortable in the new and different environment. Number 15. How do you foresee changing your schedule to accommodate the needs of children?
You skipped 15. It was 14, 16. But I remember talking about this question and just like however we need to, really.
Yeah, whatever changes need to be made can be accommodated. We're pretty good at that. So then, what are your thoughts about, or no, just kidding, 16. Would your physical space need to be modified to accommodate children?
No.
No. 17. What are your thoughts about including the children in your daily activities, community events, family events, etc.?
I'm excited specifically for that part.
It would be fun and a good change in life.
18.
18. Do you have pets?
Yes. 18A.
If so, what type and how many?
You wrote Aurora. That's the type, Aurora, one of a kind. And 18B, love them.
So, how well do they respond to children and other strangers? So, yes, we do have a pet. She is a husky. Her name is Aurora, and that she loves children. How long do you think you'll be willing and able to foster?
Forever.
As long as you're able to, question mark. Training is required to be certified or approved, and ongoing training is also required. Both applicants need to participate in the initial training, averaging 30 hours over a 10-week period, plus annual training. What changes would you need to make to participate in required and ongoing training?
No changes if it stays the same time. My schedule is consistent.
Just a change in my days off. And there you go. That's all our questions. So tomorrow is our first meeting. He has the day off, like he said, so he will be going with me. I'm really excited. We're gonna fill this out now that we can come do a lot of our answers actually were pretty much the same, so that's awesome. But yeah, make sure you click and subscribe, and we'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye.